Hi, my name is Daniel Kwan and this is KTH Math Tutoring Club. So today we're going to talk about 2012 AP Calculus BC free response questions starting from number 3. So number 3, we have a question that have to do with meaningless graph of f and g of x, right? So after reading this, you might see we got a clue that gx is equal to integral 1x ft dt, right? In this kind of question, you must not memorize it, but you must keep this in mind because this is really useful. So let's start. The first problem, part A. Part A says find values of g2 and g negative 2. That is easy because we got this clue from here, right? So g2, let's go straight into the question. 1. So because in x, 2 is given out, so it will be 2 fx dx, right? And as you can see, because it's integral, and this is graph of f, and we want g, which is integral of f of x, we want the area, right? So before you start, let's check. This is x-axis, and 1 is here. I'll do it in different color. 1 is here, and obviously now 2 is here, right? So that means this triangle will be our answer. However, because it is under the curve under the line x-axis, the answer will be negative. So negative. Do not forget about this, okay? And the length will be 1. So and the height will be what? 1/2, right? This is because from 3 and -1, this point, -1 is right here. However, our point, what we want, is here, which is about 1/2. And College Board is not that mean to have that as really weird decimal. So this triangle is like this. Sorry for that. 1 and -2. So base times height divided by 2, right? Which is 1/4, right? However, do not forget this. If we clean this up, it'll be g of 2 equals to -1/4, right? So let me clean this up. G of 2 is -1/4. Now it's our turn to do -2, g of -2, right? So everything is same, however, only this changes. This and this too. So let's go. This will become negative and this will become negative. However, as you can see, lower limit is greater than upper limit. What should we do? Yes, we should turn this into negative, right? Negative, and then, oh, there we go. Now, like that. And then fx dx, right? So remember that there is negative, and then let's go straight into the question. So it's 1, so it's 1 around here, and till -2, which is -1 and -2, right? So right here. So let's go up there. Again, there's another triangle, sorry for that drawing. What is the height? 3. What is the base? Don't say -2. Please don't make that mistake. This triangle has only 1, right? And now we are only left with this semicircle, right? Semicircle. So the semicircle is pi r squared. Again, sorry for the handwriting. Pi r squared, right? So what is r here? R will be 1. Pi r squared, it will be pi. However, because it's semicircle, not full circle, we have to divide by 2. So pi divided by 2 will be pi half, right? So the answer will be -2, 3 times 1, 3 divided by 2, 3 over 2, minus pi half. If you do this, you'll get wrong. This is because we put negative here, because by switching upper and lower limit, so we have to multiply this by, multiply this by negative. I'm not sure you could see that. I'll just put it here. times 1, negative 1. So as a result, if I clean it up, we just have to change the sign, and the answer will become pi over 2 minus 3 over 2. So that is 4, g minus 2, and negative 1/4 will be 4g of 2. So that was part A. Now let's jump on to part B. Part B says, for each of g prime negative 3 and g double prime negative 3, find the value or state that it does not exist. So let's start. In part A, I remember telling you guys you have to keep in mind about this equation, this given equation, right? So now it's time to use that too again. I mean, we used this in part A too, but this part you have to think more about this. There we go. You have to utilize this equation. Now let me do this. When there is fx function f of x, it tells a value, right? When there is f prime x, it tells the slope. If there is f double prime x, it tells the concavity, right? Concavity. My spelling was wrong. Concavity. So as you look at this, each time the f prime is the f of x is the derivative, and f double prime is the derivative of f prime, right? That was the correct grammar. So like that. So let's do this. Keep in mind and let's do this. So g of x is equal to what? It is given 1x ft dt, right? However, the question asks g prime and g double prime. That means we have to derivative. We have to use derivative on each side. So when we use derivative on the left side, it will become g prime x, right? However, when you look at right, you'll be confused. But there is variable and there is t. You can search other videos in my website. However, this is called second fundamental theorem of calculus, where there's one variable and there's t. Normally it is t. It is easy. You can just move this x to here, and that is it. And the real theorem, because this is only for number 3, 2012 number 3, I cannot put into detail, but because it is simple, you just need to put x into t. If you need more information, you just can visit kthmath.com. So let's continue. Because it wants negative 3, let's just plug in negative 3, right? Negative 3. So I'm just going diagonal. I just noticed that. As you can see, g prime negative 3 is equal to just f of negative 3, right? Where is f of negative 3? 1, 2, 3 right here. So when it is negative 4, y value is 1. When it is negative 2, y value is 3. What would this be? It would be about 2, right? Yes, it is 2. So we could write this as 2. So we got the first answer basically. G prime negative 3 equals to 2. Now let's jump onto g double prime negative 3. So, and again, it is double prime, so we need one more derivative for this. So if we use the derivative for g prime x, it will become obviously g double prime x, right? How about this? It will become f prime x, right? I'll write straightly. So if we move this to here, as we can see, move to here, it becomes slope, right? F prime is slope. F prime is slope. So it's literally this one, right? The point is negative 4, 1, and negative 2 and 3, right? So slope is what? like that. And then what we gotta do is this. 3, right? So we write 3. What is other y value? It is 1. So we put 1 here. I'm just going this slowly so no one get confused with this. So x2, even though it is obvious, x2, so it'll be -2. You know, you should not change this. And minus x1 is -4, so it becomes positive. Negative times negative is positive, so 4. So this will be 3 minus 2, 2. -2 plus 4, 2 equals to 1, right? So we can write this as g double prime -3 is equal to 1, and this will be your final answer. So this again will be your final answer. I will just finalize it. G prime -3 is 2, and G double prime -3 is 1. So like this, you have to keep this equation in mind, and this too, this pattern. Fx, f prime x, and f double prime x, and what it relates to. Function, value, prime, slope, double prime, concavity. Concavity up or concavity down. Like that. Concave up or concave down. Sorry for the wording. So that was part B.